Hey everybody, Rich and Amy Manzi, and welcome to our front porch. All right, so we had mentioned in previous videos that this was our 30th anniversary month. So this past Tuesday was the actual day, August 19th.
August 19th. So I have had to have Rich remind me pretty much every year since 1995 when our actual anniversary
is. 20th.
I usually say it's
what
the 18th.
Day is it?
I usually think it's the 18th.
Okay, well, it's the 19th.
Okay, it's the 19th. And the reason is because while we told our story about how we got engaged, we actually were not supposed to be married for 2 more years after that engagement, but
she was supposed to finish college.
I was supposed to finish college at JMU. That was a requirement for my dad. But we decided to take care of that by
creating Kelsey.
By creating Kelsey.
God created Kelsey.
Yes, by God creating Kelsey. And so our wedding was planned in less than 3 months.
Good job, Kathy.
Yes, good job, Kathy Byrne. And so it was very nice. I'm very grateful for what my parents did.
Very happy.
Yes.
Underwhelming experience.
But very grateful of how my parents supported us during that time, and Rich's parents supported us. And so just a couple things from that day. I showed up 30 minutes late.
Surprise,
not early.
Surprise.
Not early, late to my own wedding. But if you know me, that's not unusual.
Typical.
And then something else I remember from our wedding was
I played golf.
You played golf that morning.
Before the wedding,
yeah. Mm-hmm. And
just had to get my relaxed vibe going.
Exactly. Then I remember maybe some cake getting smashed into my face.
Mm-hmm. That was a thing.
That was a thing? No, it was not a thing.
It's what I saw on TV. I thought that's what you do.
No.
It's not what you do.
No.
So I've been hearing about that for 30 years.
Yes, for sure.
So publicly in front of the world.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that after 30 years.
Yes.
And I'll let it go now.
But you did get me back a couple years ago.
I did. We played a game around New Year's Eve with the kids, and it involved me being able to smash pie into his face. Yep. So that was very, very satisfying and fulfilling. Yeah, healing. And then from there, we headed off for a fabulous honeymoon to Virginia Beach.
What did we win?
That was 3 days packed of...
But don't forget Busch Gardens in Williamsburg.
Yes.
We went to Busch Gardens.
We did go to Busch Gardens.
And I get motion sickness, so we went on this ride, and I got motion sick. It ruined the rest of the day, so it was not fun.
No, and we couldn't ride most of the rides anyways because I was with child.
That too.
Yes. And so then from there, we went and got floats, remember?
Yeah, we floated on the ocean.
We floated on the ocean.
Just chilling on the waves of Virginia Beach. Talking about stuff.
So when we got married, we were 21, 23.
Yep.
And as you can tell, that probably did not lead to the most solid start.
Yeah, it wasn't there's a lot of struggle we were really just kids, just figuring out how to become adults together, and not just adults together, but also right immediately afterwards being parents together as young kids.
And we have already done this privately with our own children, but again, publicly, want to apologize to our children because it was basically children raising children. And so, so how many, in the first 15 years of our marriage, Rich, how many houses did we live in?
So 30 years together, but the first 15 was probably about 8 or 9 jobs for me, and the same amount of houses. We didn't own that many houses, just different places we rented. So 15 years, do the math on that, how long we effectively stayed in each place. And then it wasn't until where we're sitting on this porch, that was year 15, essentially.
That we got this house.
And it's where the stability started.
So I had to finish that final year at James Madison to get my teaching degree. So I did not have 9 jobs, but I actually was a teacher for about 14 years, and that was through 2 different states. But as you know, teachers, educators do not get paid enough for what they do. That's my plug for the day. And so we really did heavily rely on Rich's income. And at the time, and still, Rich really believed that what he wanted to do in life did not involve a college degree.
Yeah, I had taken some couple of college classes before I met Amy, but nothing really came of it.
So, but that 15-year mark was the beginning of really, looking back on it now, that was the beginning of us getting some solid footing
to grow from.
Yes, to grow from. And it did take another 15 years of really just, from that, we went into business together, and we've been in business together now for 8 years. And we own our own brokerage, and we have 3 incredible, you'll hear me say this all the time, but 3 incredible adult children that are all making their way in the world, and we're very, very proud of. And so God really has been good to us. Like, even when we didn't see it, even when we were making just some really dumb decisions, he just continued to direct our path.
Yeah.
And so Rich, in light of our 30th anniversary, if you could go back and say anything to that 23-year-old kid to get him prepared for the 30 years to come, what would you say to him?
First thing I would say would be, don't be such a moron. Lots of moron years.
That is true.
But seriously, though, what I would say looking back, and maybe this is cliche, is be more present. I was always so focused on striving for, the next dollar, the next job promotion, the next, whatever it was to take care of the family. But in the process, neglected, wasn't as present in our marriage for sure as I should have been. And then later, as the kids were growing up, I wasn't as present with them.
And honestly, I would say I agree with that. I could also say the same thing. But the thing that sticks out to me the most, that I think I would have been a more present wife and mother if I had actually learned earlier in life that God is our provider, and that sometimes that provision comes daily. You can't see what it's going to look like weekly, monthly, even yearly, but that he is faithful all the time, and that he will take care of me, and he will take care of us. And so looking back, I wish I could tell that 21-year-old girl, you don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to believe that Rich has it all figured out, because God has it all figured out.
Yeah. And the last thing, and then we'll close with this so we don't drag it on too long. Looking back on 30 years, something that definitely helped us, and how God really was a part of all of it. Early in our marriage, we went to a Christian marriage conference. And the thing that we walked away with from there essentially was,
you are not my enemy.
Yeah.
And for the last 30 years, when we have been just at a point where, like, are we going to just walk away from each other? Is this too hard? We literally have said the words outside to each other. You are not my enemy.
Not my enemy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so just that thought, and realizing that he is not my enemy, that we actually have another enemy that is really trying to tear us apart, and that God actually wants there to be unity and restoration. And
so we're not each other's enemy.
We're not each other's enemy.
And with God, we can continue to persevere.
All things are possible. Yep. And so we appreciate you again sitting with us and hearing this very long story. But we are very grateful for what God has done in the last 30 years, and we love every opportunity to be able to speak on how good he is.
Yep. So once again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on the porch.
Porch.
Same thing.